Hey gamers, Tony here from the Classically.com Gaming and Electronic Podcast, here with another iOS video. And today I'm taking a look at Ravensword Shadowlands from Crescent Moon Games. It's the follow-up to the original Ravensword, which was one of the first heavy 3D action RPGs on the iOS platform, and I remember playing it clear back on my iPod Touch 2nd generation. These are such large games that it's hard to do a comprehensive review on week one, so I'm simply calling this one as it is, just a first look video, preview, sort of review type of thing. I've had several days to play with the game, and what you're seeing is just some general gameplay footage from the beginning of the game. And I really had high hopes for this game, especially after being a big fan of the first one in the series, so let's dive in and see what it's like. First, to give you a quick overview, the single player is an action RPG following in the same gameplay style as something along the lines of a Skyrim or Oblivion. And notice that I just said in style. It doesn't mean that the execution is as good as those games. Ravensword Shadowlands offers a very standard experience in this style of game with nothing out of the ordinary. So you can play in first or third person perspective. It's open world, so you can kind of go wherever you want, pick up quests at random, speak to whoever you want. You can do crafting, you can follow the main story quest as well as do a bunch of side quests. And then there's also a quick map, which is in the play screen, and then also a large map, which you can access from the pause menu. Now, your fighting skills and your character can level up separately, and then you gain talent points, and then your talent points are used to increase general talents, combat talents, magic, or even stealth talents. So you can kind of tailor the game to how you want to play. And then you also gain attribute points, which are used to upgrade strength, agility, endurance, and vigor. So nothing really out of the ordinary. It's all stuff we've seen before in action RPGs, and yeah, that's the way that the game is approached in a general overview. Now, graphically, this is where Crescent Moon has focused the most of their resources. They did a complete graphical overhaul in this title, and this may be the best looking open world action RPG on the iOS platform. The character models, cutscenes, enemies, worlds, they all look really, really amazing, and I was really impressed. My only issue is that I feel like they focused way too much on the graphical overhaul because the gameplay and controls have suffered majorly. I was initially really excited about the new camera angle of the third-person perspective. I kind of like that over-shoulder view that we got in Skyrim, that kind of thing. And so that's what I saw coming up in the previews of Ravensword Shadowlands. And the control scheme even looked pretty good and fairly simple. But once I got my hands on the game, I felt quite a bit different. Although it looked good in the previews, it does not play super well, at least not right now. What you have is a floating joystick on the left as far as controls go, and the floating joystick on the left works right to move your character. It works really good. And then on the right there are two buttons. There's a jump and an attack button. And the attack button also serves the double function. If you tap the attack, it obviously is an attack. If you hold it in, that's when your shield kind of comes up and it becomes your defense. Now, the main issues I have with the game come on two fronts. First of all, the AI seems really, really glitchy. There were also a couple times I loaded the game in and out, and I would just be appearing and dying in this open world glitch against a wallpaper. So there was definitely some glitches in the games that I ran into, but especially with the AI and the way that they attack, it's just not super good. And then the other major issue is with how your character looks around, which is very important when you're maneuvering around the game. There is no floating analog stick on the right side of the screen. So where you see the two buttons in the video, there's nothing underneath that. If I would press over there, nothing happens. I actually have to maneuver my right hand, which is really awkward on the iPad, to the middle of the screen to move the character camera around to be able to see, and it just is really broken. And the worst part is that none of the controls can be changed for those settings, so you're stuck playing that way. So that's the major reason for me why I feel like Ravensword Shadowlands feels a bit rushed and kind of broken at this point. It is a great leap forward in the graphical world of iOS action RPGs, but it leaves a lot to be desired in the control elements. Now, I say all of that to know that Crescent Moon is good at doing updates, and so I believe that these are the types of things that can be changed in updates. So hopefully they come along, give us an update, and we're able to customize our control scheme and really play the game the way it's meant to be played. I think once it's more polished, that's when I'll really dive in. So this has been my first look at Ravensword Shadowlands. I hope you enjoy. I hope it helps you on whether or not to jump in and purchase a game right away. This is Tony from the ClassicLeague.com Gaming Electronic Podcast, also at G2BO.com. Make sure you like and favorite this video. Throw us a sub as well. Have a great day.